This show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not mistake this show for medical advice. If you or anyone you know is in need of a dentist, please contact 480-391-0099 to set up an appointment.
Welcome to our podcast. Sit back and relax. Dental Works Podcast. We're gonna share some facts. We gonna raise your dental IQ at the Dental Works Podcast. We will guide you. Put out some bad jokes before we are through. Free information here just for you. Sit back and have a good time.
Today is November 18th, 2022, and this is episode number 104 of the Dental Works Podcast, the show about learning the ins and outs of dentistry from a patient's perspective. I'm Ted Work, and that over there is Dr. Terry Work.
Greetings and salutations.
And that over there is Miranda.
Put your arm down.
Marketing Director, Miranda Jones. Yay! We got Dental Works is a family dental practice based in Scottsdale, Arizona that has been providing cosmetic and surgical dentistry for over 27 and a half years. How you guys doing?
Super duper.
Great.
Excellent.
Having fun
back.
test driving the video portion of this festivities.
Yes. Make sure to tune in a few weeks, probably when we have the green screen. That'll be fun. And a lot of extra work.
When do I get my big button that just says weird shit randomly that I get to push?
We like a soundboard?
Didn't we talk about that?
We could do a soundboard.
Didn't we talk about I just
soundboard.
want a button that just randomly
It just says random stuff?
fart noises
Like what?
or what
Just
burping.
anything?
Does that not do that?
Burping.
This one actually
I don't
doesn't play
need
samples.
that.
The other one does, but this one doesn't.
Like Happy Thanksgiving or something.
You should
like that.
definitely download that on your phone, and then I'll get you a system so you can plug in every time.
What?
And you
Where
could
push
like
a
a
button and
soundboard,
it says weird stuff.
like a soundboard, because there's.
I don't really need the
There's
phone
just
'cause I say
soundboards.
weird stuff all the time.
right,
I
well.
don't really need help.
Miranda, you got any ideas on this
On what?
soundboard? Should we do a soundboard?
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, I like the idea.
Totally. But you have to know when to press them and not be annoying with it.
I mean, the first few episodes are we probably won't release those because that's all it'll be. But
But once the new wears off, we'll be
yeah.
okay.
yeah, and then it'll be a great comedic.
I don't think Miranda would
punctuality.
ever use it, and I don't think you and I would ever stop using it. So that's
So it's a
kinda-
perfect balance.
I think
so.
so.
We'll let her use it.
Yeah, perfect. We already talk over her the whole time.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, randomly, I'll just hit a button. It'll say, "Take it, Miranda."
Woo!
Yeah, what do you got, Miranda? Say a thing.
Oh, actually, I do have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We recently got some really cool promotional products. A nice, pretty pen with our information on it.
Oh, my gosh.
And sugar-free mints.
Wait,
Right.
those are sugar free? I want my money back.
What? No.
There are
I
a lot
told
of them
you
in there,
I
too.
want double sugar so people's teeth rot out and we can fix them.
Ooh, that's a good idea. These are tiny.
Oh.
But
okay.
They're tooth-shaped.
Wait, the packages, the little things aren't.
No, yeah.
That is false advertising. Can I have one?
They're good. They're spearmint.
never
'Cause
mind.
you're hating on them.
No, hey, I already ate a whole box
Here.
of them. So
I know, they're
I don't know
basically
how much
candy.
better I can. I don't know how much better I can. Don't touch mine.
I like the pen. It's very nice.
They
and
look
clicky.
like cat teeth. This is the size of a cat molar,
All right, this episode's already off the rails, but we're gonna try and
and they taste like cat food.
we're gonna try and get back into here.
Is that liver and onions?
What? What do we got? What have you been up to, Terry? You been doing anything fun since the last?
Well,
episode?
funny
Sorry.
you should ask. I got the engine back for my airplane, which I'm putting in tomorrow.
Oh,
I fix teeth. I repair airplanes.
Look at my airplane.
I'm an international explorer. I mean, I do a couple things. So, yeah. So hopefully it will fly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Miranda.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting the engine back in, and then I'm going to pay a guy to test fly it before I
Nice.
fly it. Yeah. I don't trust my
That's
own
how
work.
you do it.
Just on airplanes.
gotta
Teeth, I'm golden.
I'll test drive those babies all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You ever throw somebody else's dentures in your mouth and be like, these are good. Give me some carrots. We're good to go.
I go, wood chipper. No.
All right,
I don't do
Miranda,
that.
what do you got? What have you been up to lately?
Not much.
All right, it's me. I'm going to do something
Okay.
now. So we're...
I wasn't
you
prepared.
You got something?
Ted only asks us to add something when he has something so he can take over. And
I don't know.
Go ahead, Miranda. Take it.
That's okay. Cat facts.
No, that's our rule. If one of us says take it, you and I both freeze. And then we just see what Miranda does.
That's a great idea.
That's
we're
what
gonna
we're doing.
implement that.
We're doing
That's a
that.
lot of
We're doing-
pressure.
We're
I
doing
don't know
it. Oh,
about
no.
that.
Just relax.
It's part of the show, Miranda.
And go with it, Miranda.
Part of the show. All right, so we're going to be talking about something very interesting today, aren't we?
Yes.
So what are we talking about today?
This is kind of a spillover from the ICOI in Las Vegas, where I don't know
Yes.
if I mentioned it, but I won some money gambling. And so,
Nice.
no, one of the big pushes, and most people, I mean, it's kind of interesting to back up a little bit. There's people out there that have never actually been to the never.
What happened? What was that?
That was a breath that flew out of my mouth and rolled down your leg.
Stayed in the show.
And now
It's
it
in the
is
show.
trapped in your leg hair.
Is it in my shoe? I don't.
So that's a DNA test. So
Anyways.
a little spillover from the ICOI was they talked about not just placement of implants, but implant longevity, and something that I've been aware of for a long time, but a lot of dentists don't really place a high priority on it, is the soft tissue surrounding an implant. Yes, you have to have good bone. You have to have enough bone to hold the implant. But if you don't have enough soft tissue or healthy gum tissue around the implant, then the implant will get infected. You'll end up with what's known as peri-implantitis, which we talked about last time. But it got pushed to the forefront. We had a new patient come in yesterday. We did a full workup on her. And one of the things was she's been missing back teeth for so long that the gum tissue around the bone has gotten so thin that she is no longer a candidate for implants until we do what's known as a connective tissue graft, which just means, like, if someone has a burn, they'll take skin from somewhere else and cover up that burned area so it's healthy.
Yeah.
We do the same thing in a person's mouth. We'll take healthy tissue from one area of the mouth, place it in the other area, and let it heal. And
Okay.
that process is hugely important to have implant longevity. If a dentist doesn't plan ahead for that, then those implants are destined to fail, and it just ends up with a bad situation. So here at DentalWorks, that's something that we do in-house. We can do those connective tissue grafts here, so you don't have to be referred elsewhere. But yeah, it's really important that people understand that particular grafting technique, not just bone grafting.
Now, so this is something where you would remove tissue. I mean, you kind of explained it before, but it's you remove tissue to then implant elsewhere.
Correct.
How much does this have to do, or how much does this have in common with doing like a PRF sort of a thing?
So you use that in conjunction. PRF
Okay.
is we use the platelet-rich fibrinogen from a person's blood. We draw blood, spin it down, and then we use those products just to make sure everything heals really fast.
Right.
You can't just spin that blood down and use that as a tissue graft.
Okay.
Because it's just not thick enough, and there's not enough volume. So basically what we'll do is we'll find an area of the person's mouth where they have, it's a donor site, and I call it asset reallocation, where
Right, okay.
you will take tissue from, say, above. In this particular case, the gal has a large area that we can use as a donor site. We'll move it and place it in the area on the lower where she doesn't have very much tissue. Then we let that heal. And then once that heals, then we can place the implants, and she has a much higher likelihood that those implants will be around for many, many years. She's quite young, and if we didn't do this properly, then we wouldn't expect those implants to last the rest of her life. So planning is the most important part, and sometimes you're like, oh, geez, this is complicated in her case, but if you do it any other way, you're just not going to have a predictable outcome.
Sure. And so, what brought this topic to the forefront? Do you have a patient that you recently
Well, that's what
did
I was
some-
saying. A new patient came in earlier this week, and she's been missing her back teeth for
right.
a number of years, and she's only like 27 or 28, and she has no back teeth, top or bottom. And she's like, I don't want a partial denture that comes in and out. I don't want to take anything in and out. And also kind of leads into what we were talking about. She's an excellent candidate for doing the 3D printing of some temporaries to go on the implants. And we're going to talk about that more. We're doing a demo with the company for a 3D printer that will print dental restorations in the office that we can use to help our patients, whether it be dentures, partial dentures, temporary bridges and crowns, and just a bunch of surgical stents. We would be able to use the printer for surgical guides for the implants and for the final restorations over the implants to try to kind of save her a little bit of money and be mindful of her. She's got some financial limitations, but we really want to help her out. So a lot of times we'll take on a case like this and say, hey, we'll extend you some special discounts just because of this particular case. And she really wants to get it done. So we get excited about having cases where we can kind of do some things. Maybe it's in-house financing or, some other stuff. So yeah, she's a super sweet gal. And these are the kind of cases that I get really excited about because we get to use the technology we have. I get to use my skills that I've acquired over the course of the last 30 years and really help someone out. So
yeah. And now, we're going to do a whole episode about the 3D printer, but is this a piece of technology that would that be something that fits in well with the existing technologies at the office? Like, I imagine you can probably build models with the iTero. You can scan and export models to then.
Exactly. She's a perfect candidate because the iTero would scan her mouth, the soft tissue and the hard tissue. Then the cone beam scanner matches her bone up with this. And we'll do a segment later where we'll have some we'll use the green
do B-roll.
We'll do the green screen, and we can show how it takes the CT scan and her iTero and puts them together.
Yeah.
And then we build a surgical guide on that so that we have very accurate implant placement. So we end up with a really good, And another one is, since I might start teaching again, I got asked by an implant company to maybe teach some classes. So I might be doing that. But this is an excellent opportunity to showcase some of the stuff we do, and then we'll have some video that we'll put on the podcast to kind of show this is what we do and here's how we do it. So anyway, it's exciting. It's fun. It's not just cool, although it is cool. It's really helpful for patients, and the educational part is really good for them. So
yeah, definitely. All right. So what is your
Miranda? Take it.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Okay.
It is. I love hearing you talk your knowledge.
Your dental jargon over there.
Half the time I'm like, what?
Wait, what?
That's very cool. 3D printing. That'll be exciting.
It will be fun. So
Now, Miranda, I want you to reiterate everything Dr. Terry just said, if you could.
don't put her on the spot
Because I was
That's
not
my
listening.
job.
How
That's my
about
job.
no?
Let me drift off like I do every other time Terry talks. All right.
All right. Well,
Terry talks. That needs to be stupid, dumb.
you would not believe
TNT.
how many people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, dude, you do voices? TED Talks. Have you ever thought of that before?" No. No, I've never
That's like my high school football coach would come up and go, "Get to work, work." like,
oh, dude,
like I'd never
literally
heard that.
every single one of my teachers. Do you do hard work or is
your middle name Never? Yeah.
You got me.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's rough. Miranda, do you have any last name comedy?
No. Last name.
No, my last name is Jones.
Nice.
Jonesin. Are you Jonesin for something? I don't even know what that
I don't know, but all the boys in elementary would be like MJ, like Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson. I'm like, no, Miranda Jones. So that's the only story I have.
Hey, when I was in school, there was a kid that used to call me Terry the Hairy Fairy Worky Jerky. Now, fortunately, that nickname never stuck.
Good.
But yeah,
It's a little clunky.
it's a little.
It's
a
pretty
little, doesn't
long.
quite
It's
roll.
long. It's
doesn't
long.
really roll off the tongue.
You don't want a nickname, or preferably a bullying
Just
nickname
use-
that
yeah.
like takes practice. That's not.
Just do the initials. Wait, that's like almost as bad.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on because this part of the show is going nowhere.
No worries.
Here we go. We're gonna move on to our favorite segment, which is Celebrity Smile.
Okay.
Boo-boo-doo. All right. I have been reading a lot.
Oh God.
I like to read
There
books.
we go.
We
Hey,
know.
Mr. Bragger.
Oh yeah, you guys like
Mr.
what?
Bragger.
Because I read books.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the movie.
Of what?
That is
Every
why
book?
Game of Thrones will never be made into a movie.
All right. Well, I've been reading lots of books, sci-fi, fantasy, and today's Celebrity Smiles is going to be about different authors.
Oh God. Oh please, please do crazy guy.
You're gonna enjoy this.
You're gonna do crazy guy.
Crazy
What the hell's
guy.
his name? Nime.
Ooh, I
Crazy
think I know
guy.
one.
The writer Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's number one. So
Yes.
Stephen King. I've been watching a lot of movies about videos about The Shining and like the hidden meanings behind stuff. Not the like conspiracy theory stuff, but like the connections between the film. Anyway, it's super interesting. It's totally different from the Stephen King.
That's Stephen King's
movie.
teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Just kidding.
There's a movie he did called Chattering, or a book he did called Chattering Teeth. But Stephen King did a lot of cocaine.
So it's,
like a
yes,
lot.
there's that, and then his teeth look kind of normal now, but
Yeah,
he definitely got a lot of work.
Definitely buck tooth when he was younger. But
Pretty normal
I've
now.
been
Oh yeah, he had
yeah,
ortho.
well, there you go.
He had ortho and crowns, but he's still Stephen King.
I did want to say something interesting. He has a bunch of books. Obviously, it's like a joke how many books he writes. But
yeah.
they look great. I think they look fine.
Oh, he's
now
class,
they now
class
they look-
2 malocclusion for sure.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Stephen King has a bunch of books, and I don't know if you knew this, Terry, but all of his books are in the same shared universe. Did you know this? Were you aware of this?
A lot of people don't know this, but he had teeth implanted from Seth Rogen. No. So
Yeah. Anyway, ton of books. I want to read The Stand and The Dark Tower. Those are the books that I want to read.
All right, so
Stephen King.
are we going to
What do we give his teeth out of a scale of 1 to 10?
Wow. So initially
Currently?
it was going to be pretty low. He's
Yeah.
got he's used some of that book money to get new teeth.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give him a one.
They look great. I think they
Two.
look great. The new teeth. They look
1, 2, 3,
8.
6.
Oh,
Oh, I got you.
Because I can't unsee his old teeth.
I got you.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
basing it off his current.
I
teeth.
know. I'm very petty. Tom Petty. They call me Tom. All right.
Do
Who
you have a
else?
favorite Stephen King story before we move on? Do you know any Stephen King? Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption. Shawshank
He wrote that?
Redemption?
He
Yeah.
wrote those?
He wrote a bunch of books,
Dude.
bunch of stuff.
Green Mile.
He's got like 20
Green
movies
Mile.
based on
Green
it.
Mile is
The Shining, It,
Shawshank Redemption.
Tommy
yeah.
Knockers,
No.
It-
The
Dumb.
Dead Zone.
Dumb.
It was one of those that traumatized me when
Yeah.
I was a little kid.
Wait.
Yeah.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
the
the
original
clown?
one.
The
Yeah, that's
clown
the
movie?
clown. Tim Curry.
The original, yes.
Okay, Tim Curry as Pennywise, dude. I mean, come on.
Dude, have you seen Tim Curry lately? Have you seen
He's
Phil
not doing great.
Have you seen Phil Collins?
He's probably not doing great either.
No.
He
Well, I don't
hurt
know
his
why I
back or
said
something.
that, but Phil Collins in a wheelchair. Anyway, so what was the question?
Favorite Stephen King? You said Shawshank Redemption?
No,
Green Mile?
Green Mile.
All right, Stephen King. We're giving him a 6. Was it
And
a
an
6?
8.
A 7.
Averages
You gave
out
him a
to
7. All righty.
I gave him a 6.
I gave him
person.
an 8.
Yes.
The next person you have never heard of. This is an author of modern...
Ingvar Malmsteen.
You're very close. That his name is actually Yngve Malmsteen, but that's not who we're talking about.
Okay.
You're very close.
Ingvar.
Actually, Yngve.
Okay.
Anyway, starts with a Y. This next person's name is Brandon Sanderson. This is an author who writes a bunch of really cool fantasy books. His shared universe is known as the Cosmere.
Oh, God.
And he writes the Stormlight
Is this that book you
Archive
frickin'
and
trying to
Mistborn.
get me to...
No, that's Hyperion. Everybody
Okay.
should read Hyperion.
don't-
That's not related. I don't know what that is. I tried to Google it before. I know what the hell that is. It's just weird.
So you ended
buck
up with
teeth.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but you should be able to find his
Oh
teeth.
my God, is
they're
that
not
him?
great. Yeah, they're not great. He's an excellent author, but not great.
Wow. He looks like a caricature of Dwight from
teeth.
The
Maybe
Office.
a little bit, sure. Excellent.
Wow.
author, though.
Interesting.
Dude.
Super good. What did we give his teeth? What did we give him his teeth?
1, 2, 3, 3. 1,
Not
2, 3. Yeah.
He needs to get some more book money
Wow.
before he can fix them.
And maybe some shampoo.
Hey, maybe he's
Hey, man,
happy with it.
He is
you know?
busy writing books.
Okay, dude.
He doesn't have
okay, wait,
time
wait,
for
wait,
that.
wait, wait, wait.
He's
Is that him?
yeah, that's him.
Oh, I think
That's
he bleached.
That's a newer. I think
Okay.
that's an older photo actually.
Okay, yeah, he's not looking great.
Anyway, Brandon Sanderson.
Is that him?
You should read. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway, you should read his books. They're really cool. He finished The Wheel of Time. For anybody who
Oh,
does fantasy at all, yeah, he looks a little bit like that. There's a huge fantasy
Peter
epic
Griffin.
series that is was 11 books, and then the guy who was writing it, he had one more book to go, and then he frickin' died. And so his widow, Robert Jordan's widow, read one of Brandon Sanderson's books and picked him to finish the series.
oh, I thought you were going to say read one's book and copied it.
And one of his, instead of doing one book, he did 3, and he was catapulted to fame for finishing that very famous series of books.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he's great. Brandon Sanderson, read a book. Read a book. Everybody read
That's
some
not
books.
that's not frickin'
Read a book.
snarky.
Here we go.
Read a book.
read a freaking
Yeah, that's
book.
like the comeback when somebody thinks you said something stupid. What do you know about? You know what? Read a book.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty good. Okay, last person.
Last person.
One of my favorite authors.
Okay.
Can you guess who it is? Do you have any? Do you know any authors? Don't look at my phone. Do you know any
Andrew
authors?
Clavin.
All right. Don't just
What?
make up names.
No, that is
What do we got?
Just say it, dude.
You meant Clive Cussler.
No.
I'm just joking. Here we go. The next person is one Sir. He's not a Sir. Isaac Asimov. One of the greatest writers and authors of sci-fi and fantasy. I think mostly sci-fi.
Isaac Asimov.
The world of all time. Yeah, he was a extremely prolific writer. I think he's one of the only authors that has a publication in every segment of the Dewey Decimal System.
I like his most famous book, just titled Sideburns.
Anyway, yeah, he's got killer sideburns.
George
yeah.
Burns' brother.
He had killer sideburns. He wrote the Foundation series. He also wrote I, Robot. He wrote.
He did?
Yeah, he wrote the robot books, which are super good. He wrout a bunch.
The
of other
one
stuff.
with
He's super good.
the actor formerly known
Will
as
Smith.
Will Smith. Slappy.
Yeah, Slapsmith. He's never gonna live that down. That's a bummer for him, man. But no, it was iRobot, and he wrote a bunch of books that were in that same universe.
Okay.
And it's super cool. And eventually, he was one of the first authors that all of his books started to, at the end, they all started to coalesce into one universe. So the robots and the Foundation, they're all part of the same universe. It's cool stuff. Anyway, it's like Marvel's cinematic stuff.
Oh, God. Don't go see Thor.
Anyway, I think that's like 8 movies ago
Dude.
at this point.
Thor? No, I just saw it.
Love and Thunder?
No, whatever. The one with the giant
The fourth
screaming
one?
goats. It was terrible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Thor movie, we just saw at the
Love
movie
and
theater.
Thunder.
Okay, I don't know what the name of it, but
That
it had
was
a bunch
the
of goats.
summertime. So
Had a
you
bunch of
didn't just see
goats,
it.
screaming goats.
I
right?
want to argue about this for longer, but we have a show to do.
Okay.
So, what are we giving Isaac Asimov's teeth?
Oh, I didn't look at his teeth. I
gotta-
was too distracted by his sideburns.
the sideburns are
Wow, Asimov.
definitely.
I'm going to tell you right now,
trance-inducing.
I don't have high hopes for his teeth.
One unfortunate thing is he got a blood transfusion and he actually contracted AIDS
Oh,
from a
shit.
blood transfusion, and that is what killed him.
Bummer.
Yeah, he definitely could have.
Oh, God,
you got to
dang.
do it in the image.
Do you know?
Right here.
Do you know? Like hemophiliacs have a really high incidence of HIV positivity
Sure.
just because
Oh,
they
yeah.
have so many. Well, now they check it a lot better, but I mean, his teeth aren't terrible. This is a black and white thing. I'm almost positive that front tooth is dead.
Yeah.
Okay, count me down.
3, 2, 1.
4.
5.
Okay. All right. His books are better than his teeth.
Well,
You should read his books. They're really cool.
you know what? I've read some of his stuff.
Foundation's really good. The robot books are cool.
Saw the movie.
It's a good. The movie's good. Movie's fun. All right. Well,
Did you just yawn
Yes.
on camera?
Sorry.
we are boring.
Gripping.
Miranda,
I'm
so
tired.
we're gonna-
I don't read
Gripping.
books. I'm just kidding. I
Gripping.
do.
Mention books. She doesn't even have to read a book to go to sleep. You just have to mention a book. And I have Tourette's. I have,
Tourette's?
no.
No, what's the opposite of Tourette's where you can't think of what the hell you're talking about? I think you have brain damage. I think that's what it is.
I have Ingvar Malmsteen. No, I was going to say I have dyslexia. So reading for me is
bummer.
extremely difficult. And so I'm not a big reader, but I'm a good listener.
Yeah, well,
Unless my wife's talking. In
you
which
are.
case, shut
I know
up.
for
I
certain
don't care.
you are a bad listener.
I'm sorry.
Whoa
What was
there.
that? I taught him everything I know.
What was that?
I taught him everything I know. Miranda, you're welcome.
All right. Well, with that,
that,
I think we're going to say thank you for listening to the Dental Works podcast. If you'd like to support the show, please give us a rating on iTunes or your podcast player of choice.
TikTok us if you get a chance.
We are
Yeah.
on TikTok.
We are?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
TikTok, Instagram. I saw
Twitter.
Miranda on TikTok with
Oh,
that
yeah.
whole wine thing. What do you like to drink? Oh, me too, or whatever that thing was. That was
A
awesome.
Negroni.
Negroni.
Oh, right.
A Negroni.
Spaghetto.
I was going to say the same thing.
With Prosecco in it.
Oh, stunning.
That was cute.
If you'd like to get in contact with the show or you have questions, we got a mailbox episode coming in soon.
Send in your questions.
Please send
Send
an
in
email
questions.
to dentalworkspodcast@gmail.com. We may talk about your question on the show. If you're located in the Phoenix area and you need dental work, please give us a call at 480-391.
0099.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you guys, and happy Thanksgiving.
Be looking
Thanks.
out. Be looking out for the green screen.
Green screen.
Wee.
Woohoo.
Beep, boop, bop,
Take
beep,
it,
boop,
Miranda.
bop. Ba-da-da-dee-do-da. Is that bad?
This podcast was produced by T-Door Productions. Theme song written and recorded by Neil Hathaway. Vocals by Terry Work. Sound effects provided by freesfx.com and zapsplat.com.